Hello Dave, I'm making this video to show some of the issues I found in my 208 module. And well, I did the first check that you sent on the email, and there was an issue with the card 3. I was not having 13.5 volts on the pin number 4. I corrected some resistance which were not very good soldered, so now they are okay, and I get the 13.5 volts value. And card number 6, pin 4, I was not sure what should I see. Maybe some signal in the scope, perhaps. I didn't check that, but on card number 8 I checked with this small scope, and I got the triangle and square wave on pin 14 and 15. And well, basically it's like most of the module works fine. For example, here is the sequencer, this is the pulsar. I just put it like 1, and this switch is like coming back, so if I just let it go, it will return to the center position. So when I'm making sequencer work, takes like all the steps, and it's like working. If I move this, it's like going slower, and yeah, it kind of works. Sometimes it jumps one step, but I would like to fix the audio signal first, perhaps, since I'm not CV controlling something at the very beginning. And well, basically this is like the mixer area, and this red LED is for the complex oscillator, and this blue one is for the modulation oscillator. I'm connecting one of the output to the scope, and the other is to one small speaker here. And well, I found that the audio here is like very annoying. I could take a look. The scope there's displaying some waveforms. They are like kind of square, kind of sine wave with some lines going somewhere else. But when I'm moving this pitch or frequency enough, it's like not doing anything. I wonder if some connection might be missing here, because it's not doing anything. This one is doing anything. It corresponds to the timbre, and it does something. This is totally up, and well, it kind of moves some frequencies, but this one, which is the pitch, is not actually doing nothing. And when I am using the modulation oscillator, I see some changes on the scope. We'll try to show. Here is completely down, and here is going to be up. And yeah, it modifies the frequencies in some way. But when I'm moving, so in this top position of the MO, I'm moving this, which corresponds to the frequency of the modulation oscillator. If I move it, it's kind of doing something, I think. Or no, I think it's just the same. Here I get some changes, but it's like jumping from values. This one is in the slider on middle position, and it stops. And if I just move a little bit more, it gets crazy, like with big waveforms. So Here's like, yeah, it's like a 0 point here, and it corresponds to the index. Well, maybe that could happen, it's normal, but this one is like not doing anything. This one pitch is not doing anything. And I will now let's check the audio. I'll just put like some time because it's very annoying sound. I will put the volume down first. And this is the beep, continuous beep that I get from the modulation oscillator. This is just the complex oscillator. That's the scope. Now it's like moving this, not getting any difference. I hope it from here is like the switch for this kind of sawtooth, square wave, and oh no, this one. It's this waveform, the square wave, and triangle. Here is in triangle supposedly. Oh, here. And that's like my square wave, and the scope is showed like some line. Even if I move this, it's the same. It's like not very good signal from the complex oscillator. And if I move this one to triangle, which will be this, I get this sharp sound. If I get to this position, that's the sound like. Now the volume is like very low because otherwise it's like strong. Let's see. Yeah. It's just a continuous beep. And if I move this modulation oscillator, well, I think the good thing is that it sounds at least, but it's not the sound I would like to hear. Here's like I'm getting some kind of bearable sound, and this is the timbre, but still nothing with the frequency. I can get something from the frequency of the modulation oscillator, and nope, not really. Changing the waveform, which happens to be here. So it's the switch, and I get this kind of beep sound all the time. Sometimes it's like mixed with some noise or something, and sometimes it's just that beep. I'm not sure, maybe I don't think the backdrops could be the problem because I checked them, but my backdrops are like not very good quality, I would say. But in some way they should work, I think. Last time I remember I checked on light, like here, and the backdrop, I don't know if it's normal. I know there's like a diode inside and there's like some light. It's like, it looks like overheating, but actually it's just light, which is coming from the backdrops. Here's another one, card 11. They're like shining. I don't know if they should shine. They should shine all the time, since I would hope that they would limit the amount of light in the LED, as long as the controls send a function to do so, but I'm not sure. And well, to check the complex oscillator cards, I think something would be missing because of the sound. Well, if you have any hint, it would be fantastic. Can't reverse.